Hey, I'm Kev. Welcome back to MotoGP 20, the beginning of Kev Stone's rookie at Moto2 season. But before we do that, we've got to show off the new bike and the livery and paint scheme. So for this season, don't call it a Suzuki, okay? Not trying to rip them off at all. As we've got the blue and yellow and the red as well. We've got it on the old rear wheel and we've got it on the old uniform as well. So we still have the same gloves as well. Same knee pads, same boots too. But I tried to get the red better integrated, but it's just with delivery options, you can only really use like two colours. So that is why we've gone predominantly yellow and blue. Plus we've got a massive white of Oakley as well. It doesn't really fit in the red. But we have gone for the opaque metal thing. Shade of colour of it. So that's why it looks a bit shinier. And then for a helmet, we've just gone for the default helmet. And it fits in very nicely with the colour scheme actually already. Again, it's yellow, blue, or light blue. Got a bit more black on it than I would like. But still, fits in nicely, as you can see with the top of the leathers, which is obviously mostly black as well. So that is the helmet we chose. So that is Speed Up Oakley racing with Kev Stone this season. Of course, we're behind on development because I was an idiot and didn't realise we could do it for the first 4 weeks. So you never guess how far behind we are. Otherwise, we have these upgrades now. So nothing for aerodynamics. So we've got electronics, frame and engine to develop. I'm surprised we're developing the engine, to be honest. I thought they had the aerodynamics, but again, they've really reduced that in Moto2, or tried to. So we don't have something like MotoGP happening. So we've got all of our research and development as well there. And it's already all set up for the first weekend of the season. So get rid of that. And let's get going then to development in free practice. So here we go, Kev Stone's first lap on a Moto2 machine. There's thankfully no riders in front. Well, there's one behind, but hopefully won't get in the way. So immediately doing the fast lap simulation. Probably not the good idea, because it's our first lap. But the track temperature is pretty cool. So it's best for the soft tyres. So might as well jump in on the deep end there. So if I'm understanding, this machine's very difficult to accelerate on because of anti-wheelie issues. But it should be similar to the MotoGP machine. Like it's basically just a mini MotoGP. Okay, I see what you mean with the anti-wheelies. What the hell? So it should be like a mini MotoGP machine. So of course, we got 765cc engine in the back from Triumph. Now, rather than the old 500cc Honda. We've got a nice digi dash on the Speed Up. And for first, that's not going too badly. Might not be the quickest, but so making it round. And so the major difference, it seems, from the MotoGP machine, it's just getting on the power. It can't hammer down the throttle. Just have to be careful getting on the power as it accelerates towards the line. Hopefully it's under 2 minutes this first lap. Seems like it, oh, just over. Just over. So now we'll push this lap. I won't show you all of the development, it's just because it's Stone's first laps here. On a Moto2 machine, thought I'd just show them off. Surprised that's allowed. As he's up by 6/10 on himself. Oh my god, look at this! Really in down after straight. So I got to be careful out of that hairpin. Or do you get on the power early and just upshift early to help deal with this issue? Start making confident moves early on. Obviously enjoying this speed up. It's probably not going to be as quick as the Calyx early on, but hopefully by like mid-season should be right up there. Shame about the issues of that traffic on this lap. Otherwise, I think confidently you could maybe get the second tier. So he accelerates towards the line. So Bezeki with 58.1. Stone much slower than that. That's all. He did exactly a 59 to flat. And he's already damaged the damn thing. God's sake, Stone. Not a good start. Not a good start. But there is some development already. So we'll go back. We'll learn the track. And then we'll do the race sim. And hopefully by the end we'll also do the quick lap sim up to the higher level. And we'll see where Stone is in the standings. Okay, I didn't expect that. After first free practice on a Moto2 machine. Baldassarri at the top. You would expect that. Stone in second. Quarter of a second back. And 4 tenths of veteran Luti. We've got Jorge Martin on the IO Calyx, who used to run the KTM Moto2 team. Then we've got Marini around at the top 5 ahead of Surin. He's dropped back down to Moto2 after being in MotoGP for a few years. Then Shirota, another veteran of Moto2. Bulliger, Della Portia, a former Moto3 champion. Then Navarro around out the top 10 ahead of the Malaysian. Kazme Udin. Then we've got Kennett, former front runner in Moto3. Fernandez. Okay, I won't pronounce that. How does Bastianini in 15th in Gardner Verge? Hector Garzo, standout in Formula E, but he's returned to Moto2 or Moto E. Why do I keep saying Formula E instead of Moto E? Dijan Antonio, another front runner in Moto3, stepped up. Nakashima ran out the top 20, a bit low for the Japanese rider. Same for those on the Australia Galizia machine. Then Jake Dixon, former front running British Superbikes. Edgar Pons, Corsia, veteran of Moto2 on the MV Augusta machine. Then Chantra, Bezeki, Ben Snyder, Ramirez, Joe Roberts, Manzi, another one on the MV Augusta. And then Jesco Raffin, who was in Moto E, but is returning to Moto2 and a veteran of the Moto2 class on the NTS, alongside Ben Snyder. So as you may have noticed, Stone comfortably through to qualifying 2, but who is joining them? As we've got Dijan Antonio, Nakashima, Gardner, and Bastianini. So once again, you can see top 14 and then 4 join for the pole shootout. So here goes Stone for his qualifying effort in qualifying 2. His first on a Moto2 machine. Let's see how well he can do. As you may see, a technique he's developed to get used to this Moto2 machine. I've seen this the technique to use. Basically, it's technique kill the revs on this, so may see us go like down a gear lower than we need to go through a corner, then immediately upshift when we accelerate. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for this left-hander though. It's the only corner where it doesn't work because it's still got the anti-wheelie issue. Oh, he stood up in second split. Because first split is definitely good, last split as well. And then third split's alright. It's like, especially if we nail these sectors, like these right-handers. Bit squirrely. It's on the power nice and hard, so yeah, that's alright. But it's just that second split with the anti really, which is not working out. So I have to watch out for that in the race. It's Fernandez with a 36.8. Or 56.8 should I say. This is not going to be it. 57.2. Less than half a second back though. That's good enough for a front row start. As Fernandez way ahead of everyone else with a 56.8 on his Mark VDS machine. And then Stone in the middle of the front row on his speed at the fastest speed up by a country mile ahead of Della Porta. He rounds out the front row. Then we've got Shirota, Luti and Martin on the second row. Baldassari down in 7th ahead of Navarro and Marini, with Gardner around out of the top 10 ahead of the Indonesian and Basciini, and then we've got the Malaysian ahead of Kinet and Sorin, and then on the 6th row Nakashima, DJ Antonio and Berger. And I admit, looking at the times, it might be a bit lucky that Stone is on the front row, but we'll take it. As for Stone then, track temperatures are much higher than it was in practice, my god. Bit strange, maybe because it took place in the day? I don't know. Because it was always around like 93 degrees, so that's like soft weather. But now, so we've got to use medium. So we're putting, actually we've got a very twisty middle sector. We'll leave it at 7, because we can put it down to 0 in that middle sector. Now let's see the rest then. So medium soft for Fernandez, Shirota, Lucy, soft for Martin and Baldassari. What gamblers. So for the Indonesian, number 27, soft medium for Canet and Nakashima, soft for Surin. Are we missing something here? Soft for Verge. Of course, it's all the veterans choosing the softer option. Soft medium for Luti. For those, should I say, soft medium for Ramirez, medium win for Dixon last. So here's Stone revving up. I can see everything on the 4. I was told not to rev it like I did in Moto3, but you can see we're still wheeling like hell. As they're towards the first corner, Stone wanted to take the lead on his debut. That's all he battles with the Dyno Volt. But Stone sweeps into the lead. What a start! As he's got Baldassari behind. Those and them ahead of Nakajima. Berger into the points ahead of Canet. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about the anti really, is there? And so you're trying to dip the throttle, see if that will work, as Baldassari and I think that's Shirota met their way by. Stone leaning on Baldassari as he brake very early. Alright. He's got Remy Gardner in 4th. So Stone already damaged his speed up on his opening lap. As he chases down the German. And the Dyno Volt for the lead here in Qatar. Didn't expect I'd be saying those words. As cars up to 70 ahead of Luti, Short's teammate. As Nakashima up to 10 ahead of Navarro. Pons up to 21st ahead of Robert. Stone too far back behind the German though. Challenge into the first corner. He's got DJ Antonio on Ferris speed that ran out the top 10. Stone too wide there. So that Marini bite. He's got Gardner 5th, Shirota 6th, for Stone back by Ramirez back for 30th. Raff in. There's all Marini down. Did not feel anything our end. As he's down again, unfortunately, is the attack. Stone keep it up in the middle set to 1.4 back. Keeping Baldassarre behind. There's Berger batting for 12th. With the Portillo 11th now. Luti down in 19th. Oh, you can cut the grass there, okay. That's all Stone wide. Heading into the 1-2 is really good. You can see he's trying to get on the powers. Martin down on 14, battling with Della Porta. Did love that engine feedback sound. Schwartz's just pulling away the lead, unfortunately. Stone battling for second at the moment. 57.9, 59.3. So Stone outbraked himself, trying to hold on to second. Down to 4th he goes. I think he's behind Remy Gardner, actually. Oh no, it's Surin. First start from the Malaysians. Oh, the bike kicked back there. Stone looking down the inside for third. Can't quite make the move though. Or can he? Well, he could into the wheel he kicked in. But so he's ahead of Gardner. A fun time in the early stage of this race. I know he's been a bit aggressive. Hopefully he can settle down now. There's Nakashima into the top ahead of Gardner. Schwartz still just pulling away in the lead. Stone down the inside of Surin. Oh, Malaysian fights back well though. But very slow there. So Stone just round the outside, up into third. As we've got Corsi batting with Canet for 18th. 2 riders at the different ends of experience in the Moto2 field. As Bezzecchi rounds out the top 10. Short of these in Baldassarre. Seems like Baldassarre is actually catching up to Shorter. Not sure if the Germans made a mistake. As Verge in 12, battling Martin. Stone through the bumps. As we approach halfway mark of this race. And a podium place. Those in Surin. Fine seeing the merging at Sam Lowe's this race. A bit quiet, the Englishman, but seems to have quietly worked his way up the order. The Stone catching up to Baldassarre. Marini in 27th after all those falls. As you may notice from the Moto3 field, a bit more spread out. in Moto2 as he got Nakashima behind. Stone pushing hard in his favourite sector though. Close the gap to the top two. Doing a great job of it. There's Bezzecchi in 7th, battling with Di Gianantonio. Garzo into the point ahead of Erge. And Stone just half a second back of Baldassarri. Gaining an incredible amount there, you saw. Into the first corner and then horrendous on the power. Thought you're going to see that a lot from the rookie. As he gets used to a Moto2 machine. Not close enough to make the move on Baldassarri. Oh, he's tempted, wasn't he? He was tempted. Into the hairpin of Wheelies. As Joe Roberts in 13th for NTS. I know he's on the Calyx now, isn't he? Head of Bulliger. Martin up to 9th, head of Navarro. He's really rised up the order as a Spaniard. Going with our fellow Speed Up of Navarro. As we've got Nakashima back then behind. Fernandez up to the head of Sir, and he's dropped down the order again. There's Stone right with Baldassarri. As we go into his sector. Just sweeping around the outside of the attack like he's not even there. It's all bit there you get on the power. There's all Baldassarri down. And Nakashima, no! Having a great run on the IO bike. Meanwhile for Stone, onto Benalto after the race, streams into the lead. And then goes a bit wide. But holds the lead as Jake Dixon down further down the order. Connect up to 12th. But surely not on debut. From Stone. Has he just chosen the right tyres? This medium combo. Remember, all those around him had at least a soft tyre on. I think that's what Shirota had. Has got Martin up to sit ahead of those. Shirota down in 6th, now back with those. You've got Bezzecchi behind. Seems to be some train Stone has got behind him. That's all. Bezzecchi tries to go for the lead. Stone says no as Martin up to 4th, head of Di Gianantonio. That's all the rear almost switching on him. Lucky to stay upright, Stone. You can see fuel being a bit of an issue. Let's go into the final corner. The penalty lap. Gardner up to second out of Bezzecchi and Martin coming. As Bezzecchi now coming back. As they cross the line onto the final lap. Bezzecchi, Martin, Gardner, Navarro. And all bashful from the Italian. Stone down to second. This would still be a superb result as you've got Martin behind. Going for the outside actually, the Spaniard. Stone's done the fuel saving. There's Martin in third, Navarro in fourth, or not. Here they come by. Oh, and now Gardner joining in. He's got Di Giannantonio behind in sixth. There's likely victory, Ravenstone. Unlikely victory. Slipping away on this final lap. Can he still get on the podium though? As he's got Fernandez behind. Not Real Augusto. Towards the final corner. Son accelerates away. No, it's going to be maybe a top 5. He's batting with Fernandez to the line. Who's going to win it? No, Augusto does. Bezzecchi wins the race. Want to see what happened to Marini? Well, going into turn 6. Slightly slowed up because of us, but then Baldassare with the takedown. Puts his hand up, but you've just murdered a man. Was he a bit fierce after Stone had his aggressive manoeuvre earlier, maybe? But that's what happened to Marini. Looking good for a result. Cracking result. It's after 14 minutes and 7 hard laps. Bezzecchi wins by 1.9 seconds ahead of Navarro. So there's a speed up on the podium still. As Martin just a couple of cents behind his fellow Jorge. Then we've got Gardner in fourth. Fernandez bipping Stone to the line by 0.06 of a second. But still a superb debut for the speed up man. Ahead of his fellow speed up, Di Giannantonio, and in those. So it's actually the top 8 that were kind of grouped together. Then Robert Bastianini round out the top 10 ahead of Berger. Rosso fell off a cliff. Down in 12th. Then we've got Garzo, Della Porta, and Canet rounds out the top 15 ahead of Lute, ahead of Baldassare, ahead of Verge, Pons. Serrini was up there in the race. Marini, who we saw, had a horror show in the race. Then we've got Ramirez in 25th, as Nakashima retired, and so did Chantra. So if we've got the point system, 25 for a win, then 20, 16, 13, and then from 5th onwards, point increments down to 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And in the team championship, Speed Up lead the way by 4 points ahead of Sky Racing Team VR46. So Speed Up definitely a good bite to be on then, apart from the cadets. Then we've got the Mark VDS in 3rd, Red Bull IO Moto2 in 4th, SAG Team in 5th, Oakley Team Moto2, there we are, in 6th, ahead of the Tatrans Racing Team in 7th, American Racing in 8th, Grassini in 9th. Then we've got Liquid Molly Intact GP in 10th, Flexport HP40 or Pons in 11th, Anganotto and Trav ahead of Petronas Sprinter, who have not scored points, NTS, MV Augusta and Honda Team Asia as well. So let's see the rewards then. You achieved everything you did in qualifying, lost it in the race though. But you achieved the team objective. Finished top 10, he finished 6th. Why is that a negative? He's still secure, but I'm just wondering why. As credits wise, I did get those. Okay. That's really weird. So research data. So he passed on everything. Got perfect on distance analysis. They've actually changed distance analysis. I'll show you that next time in Argentina. 5 added laps for the race sim. Achieved the time in the quick lap simulation. That was the fastest lap time he did, as you saw in practice. As we've earned a bit for aero, even though we don't need to. But frame and electronics definitely earned a lot. Better than anything for the engine. As all new candidates for data analysis. But refuse you, don't really need you. That's Madison Walker. So he focused on chassis, she focuses on engine, and he focuses on electronics. The clone. That's what about personal manager? Let's use this. Cooper Jones. Got Andrea. You're basically better at negotiating than earning credits. Not sure about him. I think we'll just refuse you. So we don't stack up those kind of vacancies. Let's go forward another week. Got nothing to develop, I don't think, as... Oh, here we go. Search contracts with factory teams. Hang on, MotoGP's interested after one race? In Moto2? Grassini, you're that desperate. KTM Tech 3 and Avintia. And then we've got the KTM Hertz team and My World Aprilia. So kind of scraping the bow, unfortunately, MotoGP, but... Okay, he's slightly better at searching. Is Troy. Not sure about her, though. What about data analysis? Another A. Oh, he's better at the frame and engine. Well, she is. I don't know, it's meant to be a she. Not good on electronics, though. I feel like we need some electronics, do we? Oh, no, he's got 85, doesn't he? Maybe we don't. Okay, welcome aboard, then. I think it's exactly the same, though, credits-wise. And then we'll just refuse Madison. As we advance the week. So thankfully for America, we've got some new parts on the bike. Who are you? Oh, you're better at the end. Oh no, not good at engine, but better at the frame. Not sure about that. We've got Esther Vanderberg, who's an A. I know signing on bonus will cost like half our credits. I'm not sure about that. So we can finally get rid of... Probably get rid of Smith. And Cooper Jones. Enjoy. So we've got to put our credits into research and development. So... Oh, we don't have enough. Don't have enough. No. So can I put those on... Oh, can we do any of this? Not quite. What about electronics? Can we do anything on electronics? Not quite. So can we put all of these people on research then? So Miller, you're good at... What have we got? Engine. So that would be Cruz. That would be Love Checo. And then that will be it, maybe. Maybe we can put Miller in there as well. And so then we've got... What's it? Frame, isn't it? Let's put those two specialists in there. Oh yeah, who does that leave for electronics then? I put one too many in, haven't I? Okay, I'll take someone out of frame. Can I change staff? There we go. Oh, what? That didn't work. Okay, I just had them here. So what was it? Phillips. And then I think we've got Rossi as well. Can't remember the other person. Who have we got here? So Miller, Cruz. Okay, Miller and Grazzoli. We've got Giacchino, Montesano, and Bravo. So Gracchino, Miller. You've got to remember. Miller. So though, I know, so it's Demarti. I think we can add as well. There we go. Figured it out. Like, there's barely any research though for electronics, isn't it? We'll find out what we can do around the Red Bull Grand Prix of the Americas, around the Circuit of America in America next time. It's definitely going to take some learning, this Moto2 machine with the re-in. And that's something I was meant to be, I think, looked at, but hasn't been patched yet. So you'll probably have to try and ride round it, round a very difficult circuit to do that around, with lots of heavy stops, especially in the middle sector. You've got that kind of like stadium section where you're going to switch him back and always accelerating and braking. So yeah, let's see what we can do. If Stone can continue maybe to get into the top 5 next time. So thanks for watching. We see how he does then.